Hello everyone and welcome to another Versus video. I'm Brad. That's kind of embarrassing. Brad Nelson. That's Todd Anderson.
People get us confused all the time.
I know, we look so similar. Facial hair, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're basically across from each other every day.
Yeah, I don't even know who I am anymore.
Yeah.
But today we're going to be playing Brave Naya versus Blue-White Control, two decks that hopefully, fingers crossed, are going to be mainstays in current standard formats.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really like Brad's Brave Naya deck. I think that it's really powerful right now. It's one of the better mana confluence decks because it does have like that combo kill element with Gore-Clan, Rampager, and Boros Charm. And the fact that, you know, before Mana Confluence came out, you were having to play so many come in and play tap lands with all the temples just to make sure you hit your right colors. But now you don't really have to do that anymore. So.
Yeah, and a big thing about this specific matchup was prior to Mana Confluence, with all the temples, a lot of times I would have to like play too many temples, and on the does he Supreme Verdict turn, I would only have 2 creatures in play, so I would like have to invest that 3rd creature. But now that I have Mana Confluence, I can get those 3 creatures into play and hold out Boros Charms more often, or set up to where I can play Selesnya Charm the turn that he does Supreme Verdict, so I can keep the beats going. And I think just having that mana is going to have a huge change. But, you know, Blue-White's no slouch. It did get some upgrades as well.
Yeah, I mean, particularly the main change for the main deck is we're playing a Deicide.
And 2 Banishing Lights.
And 2 Banishing Lights. I think that Banishing Light specifically is going to help out. Just giving us more answers to like various planeswalkers, but it also is just a functional removal spell. You know, but the fact that it is a catch-all, very similar to Tension Sphere. I mean, Oblivion's been a mainstay in Blue-White Control for a long time, and now we get to play more than 4, which is kind of cool. So pretty happy about that. I want to try out Deicide as one of in the main deck. You know, I think that enchantment removal, or you know, very specifically God removal, is really good for this deck. You know, the black decks have Underworld Connections. Mono Blue has Thassa. Every other deck has something to target with it, so it's very rarely going to be a dead card, and hopefully it's going to be the answer we need to beat decks with Thassa.
Yeah, and you don't have to sell me on enchantment removal if you take a look at the sideboard of my Brave Naya deck today.
Oh, what do you got?
3 Keening Apparitions.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah.
I definitely think that that card has gotten a lot better with how many enchantments are running around. A lot of decks will be running Banishing Light along with Courser of Krufix, or Banishing Light and Detention Sphere.
Sure.
There's just a lot of targets in the format. Hexproof decks are just running
I guess I can't really
slew.
say anything. I am playing main deck Deicide, so I guess having a Deicide with legs is probably a little bit better.
Yeah, and in this matchup, you know, I go Domri Raid, show you a Keening Apparition. Are you really going to want a Detention Sphere at the Domri Raid?
I will, and then I will probably vomit, but
yeah. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the Versus video, and what we're going to be looking for is to see if Blue-White can survive without Divination, alongside Brave Naya's new mana base is making it a better matchup for Brave Naya in this matchup. So,
and I'm going to try not to be super negative about Brad's super luckiness.
He always is, though. It's not going to happen. It's just like the world turning. It's just going to happen.
It could stop one day. All right, so I'm on the play here. I won the die roll. This hand seems fine. We have a little bit of early interaction and a scry off of our land, so pretty happy about that.
And my hand's really good, but the great thing about this hand is it really showcases how Mana Confluence changes the dynamic of how this deck will be played. Originally, these would be temples, and our hand would be awful. So I'm very happy with my opening.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's pretty unlikely that I'm going to want to cast a Azorius Charm on turn 2 since I'm on the play. So I think leading with Hallowed Fountain here over the temple is probably fine. If I draw, like for example, I want to hit a land drop, but if I draw one more land, I may want to specifically dig for a certain card, so.
Right. Dread Militant, your turn.
All right. Interesting. All right, your go.
Okay. So leading on this turn is where we're going to want to play our Voice Resurgence beforehand, because he could counter it, but he'll be able to do that second main, but this at least stops him from being able to Azorius Charm, so we're going to go to 19.
I'm actually going to cast Charm to draw a card in response.
Once it's in play, right?
Come on, buddy. All right, so you go to 19. I'm going to draw a card.
And you're going to go to 18.
Yep.
Then you're up. And I'm not talking about...
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so we drew some more lands here, which is fine. The scry here, we're going to put this land on the bottom, basically digging for some more ways to interact with Brad. I'm going to Last Breath Voice Resurgence.
No.
So you go to 23, and I'm at 18. Here you go.
Yeah. That was good. Okay, so we're going to start the turn off by attacking.
16 to 23.
And our hand is not that powerful. Jace would be really bad. Supreme Verdict's not that great for us either. But our decision is either playing one of these or being able to hold up this the next turn. And I think like holding this up is more powerful in these matchups. So I think I'm just going to play Soldier, play Temple, Trigger, and we will keep that in your turn.
All right. Come on, Supreme Verdict. Well, we didn't draw Supreme Verdict. I'm just going to scry here. This card I don't think is going to help us too much. So we're going to put this on the bottom. And it's weird. I don't really want to play into Brave the Elements here, but I don't think there's a whole lot I can do to not do that. Maybe if he has it, I just want him to burn it now, and I kind of want to just try to keep his creatures in check. So
yeah, I'm going to Brave.
Yep. All right, you take one down to 22, and
yep.
Sure, go.
All right, so we're going to attack
12 to 22.
And play another Mana Confluence and take 1 damage and play Boros Reckoner.
21 to 12.
Go. Cross our fingers. Hope there's no Supreme Verdict.
Come on, baby! All right, well, we didn't have Supreme Verdict. I'll cast another Detention Sphere.
Target.
Target Boros Reckoner.
Yep.
All right, and you've gained 2 life. Sorry.
Oh,
you should be at 23.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll matter too much.
I don't think it will, because if your life total's ever around 23, I'm conceding. All right, my turn?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was another good top deck. Start the turn off by attacking, and then immediately passing priority.
I will pass priority to second, or
You have
blocker's
it.
phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll charm the Dread Militant, and you gain a life. 24, and I'll go down at 10.
Yep. And your turn.
Interesting. All right. Well, I guess if he has Gore Clan, oh no.
Actually, I should have done this.
Oh.
I should have just cast.
Okay. Sorry. You take 2.
Yeah, 22. Excuse me.
No, that's fine. All right. Now that changes things. So he has 2 cards in hand. If it's another Gore Clan and a Boros Charm, then I don't think there's much we can do other than just... So we have Elspeth and Sphinx Revelation. And actually, this is a pretty important turn, because if I mess up and die, that would be really bad. I don't think I can win the game if I play Elspeth and tick down. Like, obviously, I don't die next turn, because you can't target this with Boros Charm and Gore Clan. But if those are... I mean, I know the Dried Militant's on top, though, so... it's weird, like... If I play this and tick up... I can like put 1 here and 2 here, but still dead to, you know, that combo. So, I don't know. I hate asking you what you think is best, but in a vacuum, I don't really know.
I mean, something that you can try to do is, like, if you're putting me on having another Gore Clan, then if the potential of me having Boros Charm, you're dead anyway. So we can't play around that. So what does playing Elspeth do? Elspeth, like, probably can survive the turn, or forces me to play a spell attacking it, then and then this will be my board for the following turn, but you might have a soldier to block this, and you'll be at 10 life, then you gain life. And I've exhausted some of my resources, but I have another guy. So...
Yeah, I don't know. I think tick down is... Like, tick down plays around, like, just if your last 2 are perfects of Gore Clan Boros Charm.
Yeah.
And ticking up...
that doesn't play around it next turn.
Well, I know it's on top, though.
No, but what I'm saying, if I have those, then you're dead next turn.
Yeah, I have to draw something else to interact with a soldier, yeah. I'm just going to hope it's a random creature. I'm going to play Elspeth and tick up.
Okay.
And hope Elspeth doesn't die. But even if it does, he has to use a reasonable amount of resources to kill her. So, and I probably get to eat his soldier.
Okay, well, this is just going to attack at Elspeth.
Okay, we'll put all 3 guys in front. Because that way if he has...
Well, Gorkline will kill it, and then I get to eat all your tokens.
5. I guess that's fair. Gorkline and Boris both eat it, so maybe I just don't do anything. No, I have to play around Selesnya Charm, so 6, 5, 4. Okay, I'll block with 2 to play around Selesnya Charm.
All right.
That way it leaves me 1 more to have against the soldier as well.
Yep. All right. Yep.
All right, so you take 1 down to 21, and then Elspeth will die.
Yeah, and then I'll play Militant and pass the turn.
All right. We need to get a little lucky here.
That's a good start.
Yep, here you go.
Whew. We don't need to get lucky anymore.
Why am I dead?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll block.
Okay. I think with Todd just having 1 card in hand, I'm trying to find any scenario that I shouldn't pretend that it's not an Azure Charm, and even if it is, I'm still in a good position, so I'll just do that.
Okay.
Or you're at 10, so I don't actually have to Selesnya Charm, I just have to do this for starters.
Okay, so you take 1 down to 20.
Yeah.
With that in mind, so that's currently 10.
Yeah.
So I can Sphinx's Rev just to... Yeah, I mean, this is actually dumb. Now that I know you have the other card, like... So normally I would just, after he does that, I would Sphinx for 3, or Sphinx for 4, go up to 14, but now that I know he has the other thing, it messes with me. But I would 100% just cast this in response to the board.
Yeah, I apologize, and then I'll just do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't
Sorry
draw.
for the sloppy play.
No, it's fine. I was gonna say that the only thing that would change is that if he does like
both of them
at the same time, I just Sphinx for 2 and try to hit Azor's Charm. But I drew Last Breath instead, and since he targeted Gorkline, it was still too much. So,
yep.
All right, so I'm on the play here for game 2. You know, we don't have a second blue yet, but we do have 2 temples to help find it. So, I think it's worth keeping. And
I'm going to go out on a limb and say you have a Temple of Silence.
Actually, I have 2 temples. One is blue-white, so whatever. Yeah, so my hand's fine. How's yours?
My hand is very good. Again, this hand could have had a Mana Confluence be a temple, but it's just perfect if we ever draw a 3-drop.
All right, so we'll lead with Blue-White Temple to try to find an island. Goulet, here we go.
All right, so we're going to talk roughly about these 2 cards and how you're supposed to sequence them. Because we're probably going to have to play Shocklands untapped no matter what, it's always better to put these into play first. But I just want to make sure, because you never know. Some people might just like start playing their Mana Confluences first. But I think Shocklands first always, unless you're not going to use them for mana.
All right, now we're basically just trying to scry to hit a Supreme Verdict. We don't need that land right now, so we'll put it on bottom.
All right, and so there's a lot of arguments both ways on what we want to do this turn with our 2-drop. We can play Fleece Main Lion, which plays around Last Breath and can't get counter right now, or we can play Voice right now. I think it's just better to play the Fleece Main Lion, and then next turn we'll play Voice before combat, playing into Azorius Charm. So I'll shock myself again, play Lion, and attack you for 2.
18-16.
Correct.
Go.
All right.
And that changed everything.
No, it's still, like, I want to play it this turn, but we can't. We want to be able to hold up Brave for next turn. But maybe we don't, because he didn't sphere anything this turn, meaning that I don't think he has a sphere. He could have a Wrath. So he could have a Charm too, and we have this to protect us. So I want to start the turn with doing this.
Yeah. I think I just have to try to Charm the Lion, and you gain a life.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to Brave.
All right, so you go to 17, and then I'll take 5 down to 13.
Yeah. And then, and now because we're Braveless, I will go to 16 and play Voice.
Yeah. Come on, Verdict.
No Verdict yet?
No.
No Jace?
I have a Jace. I feel like if I tick up, it's going to die. But it would also fog and prevent me a lot of damage. So we'll play Jace, tick up, and say go.
Alright.
Well, and Todd's dead.
Todd is not dead, but yeah, that's the play. I think we just have to kill this. So we're going to attack these 2 at Jace and this at you, and then I'll Selesnya Charm.
So 4, 5. All right, I'll take 1 damage.
Yeah, put you at 12. And then I will play a Temple, trigger. We'll keep that and pass the turn to you.
Scry. That's not going to do anything. With the side on the bottom. Your go.
Uh-oh. That's not where Todd wants to be.
Yeah, shockingly.
Take 2, go to 14, try to Monstrous Fleecemane.
Yep.
And then attack.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll go to 4.
Don't want to block with your Mutavault?
No, I have to cast Elspeth or I'm going to lose the Fleecemane line. I don't know what you want from me. Like, obviously dead to every spell in his deck, but tick up, make some soldiers, and be dead.
Yeah, that was... you were actually looking pretty good.
This doesn't trample. I can block. None of your guys trample.
You're at 4 life.
Oh. Yeah, okay, fine. So, Brad, let's start with you because you have way more cards to talk about.
All right. Well, the same argument we made for you, but I'll go because I like talking. Cards that come out are Boros Reckoner and Brave the Elements. Now, Brave the Elements can be a card that you keep in this matchup to protect from Detention Sphere targets and Azura's Charms, but because my sideboard is so focused on Planeswalkers and dealing with Detention Spheres with Keening Apparitions and Glare, Brave the Elements does not protect Domri Raid. So I just want to take all these out and take the Boros Reckoners along with them because they're just the slowest 3-drop and I'm bringing in some 3-drops. And 1 Selesnya Charm to fill it out as the worst card in my main deck. And I'm bringing in Keening Apparitions, Glare, Domri Raids. These cards are more obvious. These are dealing with cards like Nyx Fleece Ram as well as the Detention Spheres and the, what's the Oblivion Ring called again?
Banishing Light.
Banishing Light. Domri Raid just helps fuel my deck. But the reason that Giant Growths come in are 2 reasons. They stop cards like Last Breath, just a 1-mana answer to it. They help kill Jace because that card is kind of a tough card that I need to deal with. And I almost lose every single game that Todd will untap with it. So I just need to make sure it dies, and I have Giant Growths, some Selesnya Charms, and Gore Clans and Boros Charms to just make sure it gets off the board. And last but not least, it just gives me more oomph when I'm trying to Gore Clan over for lethal or Boros Charm combo.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a reasonable argument. I mean, it's definitely subtle that Giant Growth does have applications in this matchup. Normally, you would want cards like Giant Growth against creature-based matchups where there's going to be a lot of combat, a lot of people blocking and stuff, but I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I think Jace is just one of the most powerful cards against decks with, weenie creatures, and having a way to pump your guys enough to kill Jace is really important. So,
and one quick argument I just want to make real quick. A lot of people might be saying, why am I not playing my own Banishing Lights? And the reason for that is I don't think Banishing Light is a great answer for problematic permanents because every deck is going to be using cards like Abrupt Decay and Banishing Light and Detention Sphere against me. So if Todd goes Jace tick up, I Banishing Light it and attack for 2, and then he just Detention Spheres ticks up again. I didn't have an answer.
Yeah, then I also can just hold up for, it basically makes my Jace just cheaper for a turn, and then I have access to 2 more mana on that same turn so I can cast my removal spells as well, or my Rams or Glares or something like that.
Yeah, it's really bad for me.
Yeah, on my side, basically Dissolve is really bad in weenie matchups already, but the fact that Brad has Voice Resurgence just exacerbates that, so we're cutting these. Deicide has basically no target, so we're cutting that for Nyx, Fleece Ram, and Glare of Heresy. Basically just cheaper ways to interact with him and hopefully stall long enough so I can actually draw Supreme Verdict. Alright, so I'm on the play here for game 3. This hand looks pretty solid actually. Unfortunately we don't have access to double white to actually cast Verdict if we draw it, but we do have a Scryland and a couple charms here to help us in the early game. It'd be really awkward if Brad has a voice on turn 2, but at that point I think we can just start cycling our charms and trying to find the second white source and a Verdict, so yeah.
My hand's good. All I can say is I always have a voice.
Yeah, shock. This card's fine, I think. Yeah, we're going to leave that on top.
All right. Turn 1, Soldier.
All right, well, we can't charm that guy, so here you go. Probably just going to be cycling here to draw a card. Yep, 18, 20.
Yep, and we're going to shock down to 18 and play Fleecemane Lane.
All right, we still want to cycle this charm, I think. We want to cast our Sphere this turn, or next turn. So you're going to gain a life, and I'm going to draw a card.
Okay.
Draw for turn. Wow, just a bunch of garbage. I'll go ahead and sphere your lion and say go.
To 20.
Yep. 2018.
Correction, 16.
16 to 20.
Temple, trigger, we're going to keep this. This card just is very good in the late game, so we just want access to as many of those as possible, and I'm going to play Keening Apparition. And your turn.
That is super gross. Alright, so I really want to play Jason Tick up here. It's likely that his play is going to be kill this, attack Jace for 3, and then have any pump spell to kill it, since I'm at 16. He has like 4 Gore Clans, and then access to like Giant Growth, Selesnya Charm, and Boros Charm. The Azor Charms in my hand are not going to be able to target this, and it'd be really bad to target this. But if he end of turn kills this, then it turns them on somewhat.
You just made my entire argument if you said go.
Of not cracking it?
Yeah, because then I just protected from Azor's Charm.
A weird play I could make is just Jace Tick down, and then not only does he have to attack Jace for 2, but I also get to dig for Supreme Verdict. But he is going to get to untap and potentially Boros Charm to protect from Supreme Verdict, because can literally never draw Supreme Verdict on turn 4. Yeah, I'm just going to tick up. Here you go.
I like ticking down.
I don't care what you like.
Okay.
I think forcing you to have it and also fogging for a turn is better than like the... Oh, so you're doing that on your upkeep?
No, I'm doing it at the end of turn. I was waiting for you to...
I think forcing you to have it and forcing you to throw more than 5 damage at Jace is more than fine.
Charm, kill Jace.
Yep.
And then play Temple, trigger. So if we get Verdict, we would want this, I think, hypothetically, but it is one of our weaker cards, so I think I'm just going to bottom it.
Alright, if I don't draw a way to interact with Fleece Mainline here, I think I have to cycle an Azor's Charm to try to find one, since if he has another land, he just gets the Monstrous, and then I can never kill it. So you gain a life up to 21, and we did not draw it, so here you go.
Alright, so yeah, just like last game, I'm going to shock and Monstrous before he can Azor's Charm and attack.
I'll take 6 down to 10.
Your turn.
Go ahead and cycle. You go to 20.
Okay.
That was actually really good. Next, Jace Tick up. Go.
That was also very good.
Stop it.
So I think we want the Jace to die this turn real bad. So we're just going to send both guys that way.
Okay, so Brad can't actually target his soldier with any of the pump spells except for Giant Growth. So even though I'm sending my Jace down to 1, I think it's actually better to block here. Actually, no, sending Jace down to 2, excuse me. So if I block here and he rampages, let's see, that'll be, it goes to 3, then goes to 7, so 2, 4. So he actually has to have Rampager plus if I block here. Okay, I'll block here.
3, yeah, it's only 4 damage if I Rampager.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And then I would put the Jace down to 1. What does Jace tick down to?
Yeah, actually, hold on. I need to think this through. So
I do too.
all right. So yeah, obviously, if I block Lion and he has Rampager, then Jace goes to 1 and my Ram dies. If I block Soldier, he can't kill my Ram off of the block except with the Giant Growth. So, and
that wouldn't even kill it.
Oh, you're right.
1/1.
Yeah, so I think it's actually better to block here. If he wants a Rampager to kill Jace or any pump spell to kill Jace, I think I'm okay with that because my Ram will stay around, and then I'll have to have another pump spell to kill my Ram next turn while I'm gaining life. I don't know. I think that's actually better because I don't actually have a way to get this off the board once it's monstrous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm actually just gonna block here. It lets you kill my Jace more easily, but if I block here and you Rampager, having a 1 loyalty Jace, I think, is actually just worse than
It'll
having
be a 2 loyalty Jace too.
No, if I block here and Rampage and you Rampager, it'll be a 1 loyalty Jace and my round will be dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I think having a 1 loyalty Jace is actually just worse than having a Nyx Fleece Ram in play. So yeah, I'm gonna block here. And if he wants to Rampager the Lion, that's fine.
All right, so here are our options. Because we have a Fleece Mane Lion, yeah, we're not gonna worry about this card, but since we have a Fleece Mane Lion in play, we don't have to worry about losing our board to a Wrath. So him taking down a Jace isn't that scary. Also, I don't want to use the Gore Clan this turn to kill Jace, because if he draws an Elspeth, then we are in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
So what we're actually going to do this turn is hold on to the Gore Clan, let this happen, deal 2 to Jace, play Domri Raid, fight these 2.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't do that. I would have to do that beforehand. I can't even do that because this is 3 and that's 1. It's not even lethal.
Ah.
So I just did not think through my turn at all. That's real bad.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, so I guess we just let the Fleece Mane stay in play then. Yeah, we're just gonna let play as is.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Domri tick up.
Okay.
That'll be good next turn.
Womp womp.
And we'll play another Fleece Mane.
All right, gain a life.
Yep.
11 to 20. Draw a card. I will take down Jace, I think. I'll take Sphinx's Rev.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, okay. You might want to deck me later.
Yeah.
So this is super awkward, because that Fleece Mane Lion is gross. I really wish this Banishing Light I had drawn was a Detention Sphere, so I could Detention Sphere this and get both of them.
Oh wow, yeah, that's bad.
So I think that might have been a misplay on your part.
I think it was. I didn't even think about that. That is a huge misplay.
But yeah, so I drew
that would've
Banishing
been
Light,
gross.
and I don't know if I should target Domri or just hold up for Revelation, or if I should target this so you can't monster sit and have 2.
Well, I should almost just change my play because that was just not something I would do.
Okay, we can play Takesies Backsies.
We'll play Takesies Backsies because it actually makes my board worse because that was such an awful play.
That was, yeah, okay. So now I definitely want to just cast Sphinx's Revelation, I think. So you go.
All right, so draw, tick up. Or I don't think there's any reason to. Yeah, there's no reason. So we're gonna tick up. Show a soldier.
Okay.
And glare that. And attack you. And
take 8.
I'm gonna. Oh wait, I know you have a Rev. Since I know you have Rev,
I think you still do it because I rev this turn instead of.
Well, but if I ever draw Boros Charm, I mean, I still need this to trample next turn if you Elspeth.
That's true.
So I guess I'll just deal you 8.
All right, I'm at 3.
Yep.
I think actually, in case you have Boros Charm,
yeah,
I just do it for 4 now. So I'm gonna go to 15 and then down to 7.
Yeah.
All right, draw 4.
Okay, and I gain 1 life.
All right, you're at 21. And you cast another soldier.
Yep.
Okay.
21, your turn.
Man, I would just love to be able to cast Supreme Verdict ever. Just ever.
Saying.
Just, yeah, just once. I guess maybe I need this Mutavault sticking around. Alright, so this. Alright, play Mutavault. Banishing Light the Domri. Play Ram. And I should have. Not that it matters, but I'm threatened to block with it, I think. Yeah, here we go.
Alright, well, that doesn't.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm on the play here for game 4. We've already lost the match, technically, but we're still going to fight for honor here. This hand's fine. I've thought that the last couple hands were fine, too, but we'll see what happens.
And I wish I had a 1-drop, and hopefully we draw 3rd land, but other than that, like, this is just a hand of cards that I want.
All right, so our Temple, Trigger. I don't think we need that extra land right now, so put it on bottom.
All right, your turn.
That was actually a pretty good draw there. I think we still want to continue with our scry lands and try to find important cards. This could come in handy, so I think we'll leave this on top.
All right, and I'm going to play Fleece Mainline and pass the turn to you.
All right. Interesting. I'm going to say go.
That is interesting. Gonna attack.
I will attempt to Zori's Charm it.
You got it.
Yeah, it's super awkward. Knew that was coming.
Go.
All right. So I think it's actually better here for me to just get Jace on board rather than dealing with that guy. So we're just going to do that and tick up and say go.
You don't want to tick down?
Nope.
Interesting. All right, we'll just go to 5. Don't get a spell, but we are going to...
Brick City.
End up going to 17, paying a life, playing a voice and the Fleece Mainline.
Okay.
Listen to you.
Huh. Maybe I should have ticked down. Oh boy. Alright, well, I have some options here. I'm not sure which is the best. I really, really don't want to lose to Boros Charm. I'm going to glare the voice. Actually, that just feels wrong. I don't know. This is real bad. I guess if all he does is monsters the Fleece Main next turn, I'm okay with that. Because he still doesn't. Well, you don't kill Jace, and my hand's pretty gassy. But having that, I mean, if you, yeah, I don't know. This is tough. I really wish. I think I just need to draw land. This is dumb. I should have ticked down last turn. You're right. I'll take these. And even though it's super awkward, I'm going to shock take 2 down to 18. I'm going to glare this and sphere that, I think. Yeah, I think that's correct.
Okay.
Here you go.
All right, attack Jace.
He's a 1. Or dead. Your choice.
No, he's good. I'm going to go to 15.
Okay.
And I'm going to play Keen Apparition and sacrifice it to get back Domri. To tick up, look at the top, keep there, and play... I guess I just want to constantly keep threatening this Fleece Mainline, so play a Fleece Main. So I guess I don't have to shock. And I just take 1, so I'm at 16.
Okay.
Your turn.
You need to slow down, Bardley. Narcisson. Tick up. Cast Verdict, play Island. Alright, so trigger voice, you get a token, and you're go.
Alright, so start the turn off by Temple. Look. It's not a creature, so we want to bottom it. And tick up. That is a creature.
That's
so
awkward.
What's awkward is I don't want to lose to Charm here. But I also don't want Jace to stay alive. Alright, so we'll play this. That'll at least give our voice token the power to attack. But he could have Last Breath, he could have Charm. It's just really tough. Can I go into combat?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to attack, trigger, And
Got Brad in the tank.
yeah, it's really tough because like Todd you have a temple in hand, right? I know you have a temple
Yeah, I have
in
a
hand.
Temple of Silence.
Yep. And so if he has a rev, we put one on bottom, but if he has another rev, that's what he's going to do next turn. And so if the other card is a charm and a rev, we're in trouble, or a charm and an Elspeth, that kind of sucks. But other than that, Jace isn't even that big of a deal on this board position, so sure, I'll just deal 1 to it.
Okay.
Your turn. I'm just very scared of cards like Elspeth.
All right, we're gonna scry. Planes can go to the bottom. I'm going to Sphere Domri.
Yep.
And tick up, and you're good.
So, I don't know if we want to progress our board. I mean, Todd is at such a high life total, I think we have to progress our board. So I think with Smiter, so play Smiter.
Yeah, okay. It resolves.
And
obviously.
Alright. Both are going at Jace.
Okay, Jace down.
Or actually, no, that's a bad play. This should go at you, this should go at Jace, because if you do have a charm, you can still keep the Jace alive. No matter what. Unless this goes at Jace. So I guess, yeah, this goes at Jace, this goes at you. Yeah, and I deal you 1.
Alright, I'm going to charm him.
Okay.
So I take 1. Down to 17.
I guess when you're doing that, then...
This is going at me.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yep. Go. That's bad.
Take down. Come on, goodies. That's not goodies.
Alright, charm on its own.
Alrighty. So I'll play this and say go.
It's a little bad. It's more than awful for us.
That's fine. At least if you Gore Clan, I'm going to take a lot of trample damage.
That's true. And with Charm in hand next turn, the Gore Clan just has to be used this turn, so we're going to play this and attack.
I'll block Evan, I guess.
Yeah, Evan will get that. So it's 11, put you at 6.
Yep.
Go.
Drop. I think we need like basically all of our mana next turn, so I'm just going to pass the turn.
Really? Interesting top deck. Alright. Tech.
Alright, we'll block Smiter and charm other Smiter. Try and go with this guy?
Yep.
I will
Rev for 2.
no, I'll syncopate for 4.
Oh no! Yeah.
Alright, so I'll take 3 from this
3.
down to 3.
Yeah.
You're at 16 still?
Yeah.
You have no cards?
I theoretically still have lethal.
Theoretically. Attack for whatever. Let's see, blank for attack for 5.
Sure.
Actually, no. If he wants to block, that's fine, right? So, yeah, I'll attack. Any blocks?
No.
All right, take 5. On 11. Blink. Cast Verdict.
No.
But I'm still dead to a top decked Boar
Go.
Charm. So, oh yeah, I knew you had that. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Man, this is tough. It's like such a ridiculous grindy game. Like even though like I can play around Boar Charm, or I guess I should just do that.
If you can play around Boris Charm and Gorkline, I think that's what you do.
Well, I don't think I can play around Gorkline without losing my Ether Link.
No. You can just attack for 4, blink it, and then butt pump.
Yeah, but only put you at 7 though.
And then I'm lethal next turn.
Oh yeah, I guess never mind, sorry. Alright, battle.
Okay.
Oh yeah, whatever, take 4.
Yep. 7.
Blink.
Yep.
Go.
Go.
Really wish I'd hit you for 5 last turn. If you drew Boris Charm, I'm gonna throw up. Attack. Go.
Okay, I'm dead. I need to draw another Boris Charm. What'd you have to beat Boris Charm?
I had a Rev.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Yeah, so I could... Okay, so I just want to talk about this before we move on. So, like, I can make my guy unblockable and hit you for 7. But if I do that, then I can't Rev for 2 to stay out of Boris Charm range. If Boris Charm was your draw last turn.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, like, at what point... I should have hit you for 5 last turn. That should have been the difference. So that if I drew a land, I could hit you for 6 instead of 7, which would have left me with enough to gain 2 life and play around Boris Charm. So.
All right, so this isn't the perfect hand, but we do have the play. We don't have a 1-drop, but at least we have some early aggression, and hopefully this temple can find us something. How's your hand?
It's okay. You know, we have access to a Scry, which is nice, and I don't know. All the hands for this deck look very similar if you keep them. So they're all just like lands and reactive things. So
yeah,
Scry, that's a pretty good one to keep on top, I think. So.
All right. Excuse me. Shock myself and play Fleecemane. Your turn.
18. Interesting. So I knew that was there. I don't know why I said interesting. It's just me being dumb. Go.
All right. Tech.
Charm it. Dommery. Always has it.
Go.
Yeah. Watch this. I'm going to
That's
de-sphere it, and then he's going to have Keening Apparition. Weird that he has Keening Apparition
14.
there. Okay.
Damn. Didn't draw a creature too. Go.
Yeah, it's really dumb. I just like have to glare this guy instead of, you know.
Doing anything else?
Yeah. Can't ever beat a ultimate Fleecemane. So Brad gets a smiter.
I'm gonna go to 13, and I'm gonna play those 2.
Why are you going to 13?
Because you
You played a Confluence. You didn't. You were at 16, right? Or
No, I was at 14.
Oh, I missed a shock from last turn. Okay.
Yeah, I've shocked every turn.
Okay.
2, 3, and 4.
All right. Verdict.
No.
Here we go. Weird that you have that.
Go. Got to keep the heat on.
Verdict again. Here you go.
Well, I didn't hit a creature. Put you at 18. Your turn.
Banishing Light Domri.
No.
Here we go. What do you mean no? You're just destroying me right now, and you're all like...
I'll go to 12. Monsters.
Yeah, sure.
Tag.
I'll kill him.
All right.
I take 4 down to 14.
Your turn.
I'm going to play red for 2.
Sure, put you at 16.
Yep. Simple trigger, put this mutable on the bottom, I think. Here we go.
Attack for 4.
Go to 12.
Giant growth it. Give it double strike. Give us double strike again. Actually, this one will do you 4. I changed my mind.
I go to 12, and then how much do I take?
14.
Okay, I'm at -2.
-2, yeah.
All right.
I thought maybe the double strike would work.
Quadruple strike?
Quadruple strike?
Yeah.
Take 28.
You're hilarious, Brad.
All right, I'm not going to lie. We're obviously filming this before Cincinnati, and last week's article was just this 75. And after playing, I really like Brave Naya a lot. I feel like it just looks really strong. It felt really strong.
Just going to plead the 5th here.
Okay, he can plead the 5th because I'll talk the whole time. I'm just hoping that the deck does really well in Cincinnati, and obviously by now you guys will know if it did or not.
5th!
Anyway, guys, I think that blue-white still needs some work, but that's the issue with playing blue-white right now is we don't know what the metagame looks like yet, so it's really difficult to like find the right brew.
Well, I do know that if people play Keening Apparition, having 6 Oblivion Ring effects is really bad.
Yeah, well, I don't know if, I mean, now maybe people play Keening Apparition, but like it wasn't on the radar prior to this.
It felt super gross.
Yeah, it did. It felt very good.
Yeah.
But I will just say, or I'll end with this, I really like the Naya deck, and I'm going to go back to my home. I'm not going to worry about control decks anymore because we got Jerry back.
Yay!
And now all you Rev players can rejoice that you no longer have to listen to us as voices of reason when it comes to Sphinx's Revelation.
Now you can just listen to us as voices of resurgence. See you guys later this week.